Welcome to Bird Outdoors. Today is November 8th, 2022 in Michigan. It is election day. It is midterm election. What better way to celebrate election day by posting a video about a Mossberg Patriot 450 Bushmaster rifle. And to boot, I am drinking a little bit of Jefferson whiskey. So anyways, folks, I'll get on with my video. I wanted to post a video about this rifle I just recently purchased. It's kind of an economy build. It's the rifle combo. It's the Mossberg 450 Bushmaster. It comes with I think it's called a dead ringer. Yeah. Hold on, let's get it in here. Not zooming in. Not clearing up, but it's called a dead ringer scope. I'm not a fan of the scope. I watched a couple videos about this scope. I heard that Mossberg put the scope on their rifles, and a lot of guys hate it. They take it off and they throw it away or sell it or whatever, put it on a 22, but they're not using it on this gun. I can kind of see why. I did take a couple shots with this thing, and it was very tough to zero in. So what I did was I'm going to broom it. And I purchased a Sig Sauer, I think it's called a Buckmaster. I think it's a 3x12x44 scope. And I'll tell you a little bit about that scope, but I'm going to put it on this build. And I'm going to trash or brush this thing right off there and get rid of it. A little bit about the gun. It is 450 Bushmaster. I actually really like it. It's got that kind of fluted bolt. The bolt itself is actually really smooth. I'll kind of operate it here, or I'll try to hold my hand or the thing and operate it. So you can see right there, not much play in it. Well, actually a little bit of play in it, but back and forth, very smooth. Okay, locks down good and kind of seats well. Couple things about the gun. I was a little skeptical about it. Didn't know much about the Mossberg Patriot. I was looking at the Mossberg Patriot. I was looking at the Ruger American. I was looking at the Savage. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's a 350 Legend Savage. I think it is the Axis, if I'm not mistaken, and it doesn't come in 450 Bushmaster that I know of, but it does come in 350 Legend. So I was kind of between a few guns. I was trying to stay within a certain budget. This gun came right in at, I think it was $3.99 from Dunham's, out the door, tax and all. So it was on a sale. Again, though, like I said, they put the scope on there. I'm not a real big fan of this scope, but hey, I guess for some people, if you're looking for something to go straight outdoors with, this would be it, under $400. But again, I'm not the kind of guy that puts $500-600 scopes on my guns, although I do have them, but not all of them. I do have some really good glass on a Weatherby rifle, but with this economy build, I went out and purchased a $130 Sig Sauer scope, which I'll talk a little bit about that later. But it was perfect. You know, I paid under $400 for the gun. I paid $130 for the scope. So $530, I have a rifle combo in a caliber that I don't own. So I was really sold on the 450 Bushmaster because my nephew uses it up north when we go deer hunting. So I do live in Michigan, lower state. You got to use a straight wall cartridge for if you're going to use rifle in the southern portion of the state. Up north, you can use whatever you want above the rifle zone. But the knockdown power of this gun, a 250 grain bullet. My nephew shot a buck it was just around 90 yards through brush. And I still, to this day, I don't know how he snuck that bullet through there. I wouldn't doubt it hit a lot of saplings, limbs, and twigs or whatnot. But it hit this deer, and it knocked it down. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I don't have a caliber like that. If I hunt in a lower state, I would want something like that. So I went out and purchased this. It does have a clip with it. Again, operates pretty smoothly. The clip is all plastic, but that doesn't bug me at all. Operates very smooth in and out. Snaps right in there. The one feature about this gun, do you see that trigger? It's almost like a Savage style Accu trigger. It is the cleanest, crispest trigger I have ever had, including my Weatherby rifle. And I mean, maybe it's 4 pounds, maybe it's a little less than 4 pounds, probably between 3 and 4 pounds. I'm going to pull it for you so you can kind of hear it. But man, it's just hardly any pressure. That was it. I hardly put any pressure on there, but that is one smooth, crisp trigger. I will tell you right now, buy the gun just for the trigger. Mossberg Patriot, under $400, buy it just for the trigger. Unbelievable, phenomenal. This should be on a $2,000 gun, but it's on a $400 gun. So really enthusiastic about that trigger. It does come with a threaded barrel. I guess if you want to put a muzzle brake or something on there, you can put it on there. I don't know if I can take this off. Nah, I'm not going to bother with it, but this is threaded, and you can put a brake on here. As far as the diameter of the barrel, I'm not too sure if there's a manufacturer or an offshoot company that makes a brake for this actual gun that either fits the same contour of the barrel, or if it's slightly bigger or slightly smaller. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll do some research on that. But by all means, if you're in the market for something like this, I would say, I always buy Remington, Browning, Weatherby, stuff like that. I do have Savage. I have an assortment of manufacturers that I purchase from, but I do have Mossberg shotguns, but this is my first Mossberg rifle, and I tell you what, I love it. Free floating barrel, you can see right there. You can actually see underneath it, a little bit of light underneath there. So in the stock, actually really well. Nice cushion pad on the stock. It does come with swivel loops, front and back. It does have a Monte Carlo cheek piece on it. So again, and the other thing too, real kind of thicker in through this palm swell right here. So it fits in your hand great. But again, by all means, the takeaway with this video is buy the gun for the trigger. You will be happy with it. I do want to, well, actually, I'm going to take a sip here of my whiskey. I do want to talk about this Sig Sauer scope. It does have that throw lever on it, which is really cool. I don't know if you've ever been out in the woods and it's a cold day and you're trying to increase the power or decrease the power of your magnification, and it's kind of stuck because it's swelling because it's a little cold, it was in the heat, so on and so forth. That little throw lever right there comes in very handy. But this is the bullet drop compensator scope, so I'm going to try to show you. Oh, and here's the other thing with the scope. The scope comes with the covers. Okay, so comes with the covers on it already. And let's see if you can see it. I got the angle right. Let's see. No, this might not work too good. I don't think I have the eye relief down right. But, well, anyways, it does have the bullet drop compensator. I think there's like 4 or 5 hash marks underneath your 0. One thing about this gun, the 450 Bushmaster, they tell you to zero it at 200 yards. I'm probably going to zero it at 100 yards, and I know that I'd have to lift it up probably 3 or 4 inches to be zeroed out at 200. But we'll see when I take it to the range. Again, it's an economy build. I used the Sig Sauer scope on it. Haven't put it on there yet. I'm going to do it through the winter. Again, that's the Buckmaster scope from Sig Sauer. And a little bit about the 450 Bushmaster. Like I said, great round, 250 grain, a lot of knockdown power. If, one thing I would like to do, and one thing I am going to comment about this round in general, is when you smack a deer with this round, it is going to put, a nasty bruise on the meat. So that's one thing to consider if you're kind of in between a 450 Bushmaster or a 350 Legend. Again, Savage has a great product out there. If you're on a budget, that Savage Axis 350 Legend. A 350 Legend has got a lot of knockdown power, little flatter shooting, and also smooth wall cartridge also, so you can use it, in your shotgun zones, or if you want to use it in your rifle zones. But the pros and cons between, I guess, the two rounds are 450 Bushmaster is a little bit more expensive to shoot. Not to say that this is a gun you're going to take to the range and shoot all day, but just buying ammo in general is going to be probably double the amount of the 350 Legend. So something to consider. And then the other, pros and cons or differences between the two rounds is a 350 Legend, less kick. So if you've got a youth that wants to use the gun, it's going to be a little bit less kick on them, easier for them to operate and kind of anticipate the kick or the shot going off. So yeah, I just wanted to post a couple minutes of my impression of the gun. Again, the takeaway for everybody that looks at the video is buy it for the trigger. Awesome. So like and subscribe my videos, follow me on Bird Outdoors, and look out for my next post. Thanks. Bye.